I want to spend some time talking about providing value. When I was early on in my entrepreneurial journey, I always heard people talk about how do you provide value, connect and provide value, serve and provide value, show up and provide value to your audience. And I never had any idea what that meant. And now more than ever, in the time of crisis, we want to make sure that we are providing value to our potential clients and our existing clients. So we are going to talk about what does that mean and how can I do that even as a brand new business owner. My name is Ryan Dowdy and I am a sales coach, and I help brand new service-based entrepreneurs build businesses that actually make money by mastering your sales conversations and your sales mindset. So value, when described in that way, when I tell you to connect and serve and to provide value, I mean go out and connect with the expectation of nothing in return. So what does that even mean? So let's say, for instance, that you hang out on Facebook, and that is where you connect with potential clients, and whether that's on your personal profile or hanging out in Facebook groups, but that you are just connecting with new people and talking to them. So what are some ways that you can provide value? You can share ideas. You can if you have a podcast or a YouTube video or something that you can share with someone that you think would be valuable based on a question that they're asking. If you have a skill that you can train on, if you have some tips, tricks, and ideas that you can share with people, if you can create an easy checklist based on the service that you provide, if you can do a free training, if you can get on the phone with somebody for 15 minutes and solve a problem for them for free. Those are all ways to provide value in the world without ever asking anyone for anything. And the more value that you put out into the world, the more money you can make. So this is kind of an abstract concept, but I really want to spend some time talking about it because I think that it is important. The way that I view value is by all of the free content that I put out, all of the free trainings that I do, all of my free resources, my Facebook community of over 3,000 women, that by continuing to show up and serve them for free, I'm consistently paying into a value bank. I do it because I love doing it. I do it because I feel like it is my purpose to serve those women. And I do it because I know that the more value that I put out into the world, the more money that I will make. So I'm constantly looking at new ideas. How can I be more valuable? But this is the important part of this, because oftentimes when I talk to people about providing value, they assume that I mean that they should work for free. And I am by no means proposing that you should work for free. I absolutely think that you are worth every single penny that you want to charge for your services, and probably more. If you're a new entrepreneur, you're probably undercharging. That's where most of us start in our journey. But this idea of just really being a resource for people. And the more resourceful I can be, and the more people I can touch, and the more people that I help without ever expecting anything in return, allows me to comfortably sell when it comes time to sell, right? To comfortably ask for money when it comes time for me to sell or to launch a program or to invite people into working with me. But it also allows me to just really put a good vibe out into the world. It allows me to get visible to people who might not have otherwise seen me before, because I'm just offering value for free. So in this time of crisis, when you are maybe feeling bad about selling or asking for money, what I like to do is sit back and think, have I paid into my value bank to be able to ask for money? And making that small shift always makes me feel better about inviting people to work with me, because I know that, honest to goodness, you could go into my Facebook community, tune into this YouTube series, go over to Instagram and watch my stories every day and get massive value and learn real, tangible business tips without ever paying me a dime. So that makes me feel like, yes, of course, I should be inviting people to spend money with me because I pay into that value bank every single day. So an awesome exercise for you, especially if you're brand new and you haven't worked with a lot of clients, I want you to start thinking about, how can you provide value to the world? And is it a training series similar to this one? Is it, a quick audio training on something on how to schedule social media, right? Maybe you use Loom and you create a video and you show people how they go into Hootsuite or Buffer and schedule their social media. Or maybe you are an Instagram strategist and you can do a quick video training, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, about how you do hashtag research for your clients. Maybe you're a bookkeeper and you spend a couple of minutes putting together a checklist of all the things that you need to do to make sure that your books are right at the end of every single month, right? These are all things that are super simple, that are totally free, that allow you to pay into that value bank and allow you to start establishing credibility and authority with your audience, which is super, super important when it comes time to getting clients. Here is what I want to caution you though, because oftentimes, and I know that I fell into this trap early on in my journey, I took providing value as this was the way that I was going to to get clients. And it was something that I spent a lot of time on because the PDF had to be pretty and it had to be perfect and it had to have great images on it. And I don't have that skill. So I have to go out and I have to hire someone to do that for me. And it's going to take a lot of time and it's going to cost a lot of money. No, my friends, no. I don't care if you use a Google document with your logo on it and you convert it to a PDF. That is actually what most of my freebies are now, are just Google Docs with my logo on it, because I am not worried about the way it looks. I'm worried about how useful is it going to be to you. So one, I don't want you spending a lot of time here. I want this to be something that is really super impactful, but something that you can get done in a short amount of time. And I don't want this to take away from your revenue generating activity, which is actively talking to people. So if you're not actively talking to people every single day, this is a back burner activity. But if you are out there networking and connecting and you are wishing that you had a resource that you could provide to people, or wishing that you could pay into that value bank a little bit more, absolutely take the time to create something fun. Here's something you can do that takes you no additional time, but that can absolutely allow you to serve your audience. Go out into the world and engage on social media. That is how I actually grew my entire business and grew my Facebook group to 1,500 people organically, was just by going into Facebook groups and answering people's questions. Even when they weren't looking for my help, they weren't looking for a business coach, they weren't looking for a sales coach, they were just asking questions. And I would go into groups and I would just answer questions. And I would get into conversations with people, and I became seen, first of all, became very visible. And second of all, I became seen as an authority, right? I became seen as someone who answered questions and provided a lot of value into the world. And that is literally how my entire business grew and got started, by speaking on stages for free. I have actually never and that's a lie. I've had one paid speaking engagement, but it was this paid training. Most of what I do for free. And I do that because I know that when I show up and I teach and I talk to people about what I do for free, that almost always comes back more in the number of clients that I'm able to serve than I would have made in the speaker fee alone. So I want you to think about a fun exercise. I want you to brainstorm what are 3 to 5 different ways that you could create something really value packed for your audience. That's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be awesome. Maybe it's just a quick video on your phone where you are able to share that with people and provide value with your world. And remember, every time you pay into that value bank, you are starting to cash in on that karma when you're able to start to sell. So I hope that this was fun for you. I hope this gave you some ideas and was some great thought starters for you. If you would like to have this conversation a little bit further, you can join us over on the Sales Skills for Women in Business Facebook community. Of course, please follow us at Instagram at Ryan Dowdy Uncensored. And if you're watching this here on YouTube, make sure you tap subscribe so you know every single time we come out with these videos. Right now, this is a daily video series. Everything is less than 10 minutes and really meant to get you thinking about ways and ideas to grow your business in an economic downturn in the middle of a pandemic. So I hope that you are enjoying this series. I would love to talk to you. So feel free to reach out and let's chat, and I'll see you in the next video.